Hi guys, it's Philip Druzhinin from Russia. This video is from Moscow, and I'm glad to see you guys and watching my videos. And yesterday I was making a video with no comments about the Atlantis ruins in New York, and I had this comment here. Please do not discredit yourself. Most of your videos showed breakwater structures and not so modern invention. So I don't know what is this debunking actually, because
in academia today.
Because what I was showing is not just some ruins, but I've showed the blocks which were actually at the ruins, and they used those blocks to make those wave breakers or whatever you call them, you name it. So these were the ruins, and they were teared apart, and those blocks were used to make wave breakers. But if you watch my video completely, and I'm gonna show you again on the map so you can understand what I was talking about. Let's see. The whole structure of New York is pretty amazing because let's see, we see this little islands, or maybe even little peninsulas, something like that, which are now used for safe havens and stuff like that. And this is all the wave breaking system, all of it. Just check it out. It was made as a wave breaking system itself, and it was a huge populated area. And most likely after it was destroyed, some of the constructions were used to make those wave breakers, and those islands that I showed you are definitely pretty interesting. Look at this one pointing straight north, maybe a little bit shifted to the due to the pole movement that we have right now. And this one is showing what? Showing the way out to where? You can make your own research and check it out where it's pointed to. Maybe to some direction to come out of this bay, because you see the gates, most likely they were used to be open and closed for some time to do completely safe haven, because when a huge storm comes out, maybe tsunami and stuff like that, you can use some gates. That is my own view. And today I was wondering if you'd like some more evidence, but maybe we'll jump to some other thing which is interesting too. And I've showed you that site before, that megalithic site, and I'm gonna show it to you one more time. So this is the place, and it's called Burabai. It's located, let's see, I'll show you on the map. It's located here in Kazakhstan, in former Russia, because Kazakhstan is former Russia. It never existed as a country before USSR was split apart by the globalist coup. So this is a place called Burabai right now, and in Russia it's called Borovoe, which means forest land, something like that. So it is it has some, round type of mountains which are closing this place from all those winds and stuff from the north and northwest, I guess. So it has lakes that surround them. Used to be maybe some lake system, and it's pretty interesting place because I've been there a couple of times and I've seen this place by my own eyes. It even has a site where the sun never comes out. So like if that's a day, if that's a daytime, no matter how bad is the weather, the sun always shines in that place. I don't know how that happens, but most of the time when I was there, I tried to check it out if that's real. It really shined. Okay, so I might show you some pictures from that place. It just, you can live in this place and have like a little megalithic site in your backyard, and this is how it looks. This is the circle, that is imaginary circle, which might have been really at that place, if that's really the Atlantis colony city. It has these two-sided pyramids with those blocks here. Everybody that was trying to speculate on this said, well, those blocks are not that rectangular as we used to see on those pyramids and those megalithic sites in Peru and stuff like that, Cusco and whatever. They are not even that huge as we see in Mountain Shorias and Ural Mountains megaliths and stuff like that. They're not that big as Mount Repo megaliths, that I showed in the video about this in Petersburg. But they're pretty interesting, and this place is surrounded with this grid, forests are gridded or whatever you name it. This is just a network of some roads on some marks, which are strange because they say it's not modern because let's see, I'll find that picture. The trees are not growing on those roads, and I've measured the distance of the square and it's 1069.66 meters, which is comparable to old Russian mile, which was used before revolution, and it's called versta. So that's an interesting place, and we have these grids everywhere. You can find them in Canada, you can find them in Russia, and anywhere where huge forest does exist, And let's come back to Burabai Lake, and we see those rectangular blocks laying around close to the lake. This is pretty natural looking block, and these are not, obviously, but we'll come to that a little bit later. And there's another view of one megalithic site at that lake. Okay, there's another one. And why am I trying to show this? See these little things inside. It looks like it's melted, a melted stone. And exactly that grid is pointing to the north with a little shift of 19 degrees, maybe the same shift as that island near the New York. So those blocks are pretty melted at the view. Maybe as we call it in Russian, they were blown by the wind and the bad weather and stuff like that. But they're still pretty strange to be natural. And my thing is, this is the natural stone at the NSA. It's the same type of stone as granite stone. So check this one and come back here. This is how it falls apart to nothing. Looks like any kind of rectangular or any type of block structure as we see on megalithic sites of well-known in the world, you know. See those blocks? They're pretty lined and they're horizontal and they're parallel and stuff like that. But still they look pretty melted, you know, like some type of heat, some type of explosion or stuff like that, you know, heated them and they just, you know, melted a little bit and became more natural, as you say. But see these lines? I'm gonna zoom it a little bit. Still we have a 90 degrees parallel lines just at those blocks at pyramids and Cusco and Peru and stuff like that. But some of them are melted, and that's why we have this, you know, bad comprehension of what's going on. And this is how the melted bricks look like. Doesn't look the same. These bricks are from Brestskaya fortress in Belarus, a former USSR fortress which first hit the strike of the German Nazis, which intervented the USSR on the 22nd of June in 1941. They were fire-flaming this fortress for a couple of weeks, and there's even a movie about these heroes which were defending the fortress, and some of them hang on for a couple of months, even though Germans advanced for 1,000 kilometers from the front line. So just imagine how hard, die hard those guys were, you know. And this is the brick walls of those fortresses, and that fortress. Doesn't look the same, you know, a little bit melted and, you know, polished by the wind and the rains for centuries, maybe 2 or 3 centuries, polished by the rains, snow, wind, and stuff like that. You see parallel lines. Somewhere we see correct parallel lines, even though it has some surface disbalance, but maybe it's destroyed, and that's why it's, you know, a little bit leaned to the side and not correct the level of the water. But it's no curvature as you see. Okay, this is straight parallel lines. And it's the same size of the Egypt, comparable size of the Egypt Sphinx that we see near the pyramids. But it's melted. It's destroyed and it's melted. And you see those blocks are not the same size. You say, okay, maybe, but who knows how those guys did construct. Maybe this is not a natural block, maybe this is a concrete block, and they did it the different size, and because they used them as the locks, and they locked each other and hang on like a Lego, stuff like that. Maybe something like that. So who knows, you name it. And those are those rocks that are close to that site where sun never, let's see, we see it's not shining, but maybe a little bit. So you see the sun like and when it's raining, even though you see sun and the rainbow. That's what I saw there. So okay, this is the site of 3 different rocks, as we see, and they are looking pretty megalithic too. Okay, there's another view. There's another view. So Sphinx and 3 pyramids near it. Why not? Why not? What do you think? Does it look straight at some point? You see those blocks laying around this lake are pretty rectangular, as you see, and this is not the case. That we call them natural. Nothing in in nature becomes rectangular for no reason, you know. And there's another megalith which is called Camel Rock. You see still parallel lines, and sometimes we see those 90 degrees, stuff like that. Some structure is looking like a pyramid type of structure, but still we miss some, you know, some volume of the pyramid, because the pyramid is great, and this is not. It's like a thin pyramid, stuff like that. But maybe it's not just thin. Maybe it's destroyed. Maybe it's melted. That's why we see those round blocks on them, you know, like melted around. Maybe as little bubbles were, like when you hit the glass and stuff like that, you see those little bubbles come on the side. And those are pyramids from the top of the mountain. And that's what I'm talking about. You see, if the impact was coming from this side, where this type of side, you know, you see the explosion, and those pyramids were just like, you know, melted and fallen apart by the impact. So half of them is melted and half is still left, and the another half is already broken. So it's a little bit even more higher. So you see the natural rocks on the top, and they don't look even close to those on the bottom. Okay, do you see it? I bet you see it. This is the structure of the top rocks, and the structure of the bottom rocks, you've seen it. It's more straight and parallel, and this is random here. There's another artifact there I've showed you before. This is called elephant. Maybe it looks like an ear, an eye, and the nose of an elephant. But see, those blocks are still parallel. They don't look like this. They don't look like this. This type of structures, we've seen these straight lines in Cusco, in Egypt, wherever. Straight lines in the blocks, made for some reason, I don't know, used for some reason. It's natural, but it's not, because it has been destroyed and it's melted. Look like a melted concrete stone. That's what to be correct. There's another view, and it's a general view from those mountains. to the other side. So we see this all around the world, and I bet you have your own megalithic site close to you. Just look around and you find one for sure. So thanks again for watching my channel. Subscribe, share this video so we can get 1 million views finally, and show people what the hell is going on in this world. So see ya, bye.